back to MBL. I have an amazing guest with me today, and I'm so excited to introduce him. Dean, thank you so much for being with me today. How are you?
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Let my audience get to know you.
I'm not that interesting, you know. I'm from South Africa. I'm living in the UK at the moment. I'm a bit of a nerd. I like to build computer games. I like to play computer games, and yeah, that's about it, really. That's the top several features. Yeah,
Well,
that's me in a nutshell.
you talked about building games just in your introduction, so tell me a little bit about that.
So for anyone who's known me excessively long, I've always been that guy who occasionally breaks away in conversation and goes, you know what would be a great idea for a game? And then I spend like an hour telling them, and they're like, oh yeah, you told us this last week. And I'm like, oh, did I? Oh, completely forgot. Well, you know what? Here's a new edition. I've always been that guy who's just like, I've got a great idea. And then, you know, I love just talking about it to people. And gaming was definitely one of those ideas, or at least one of those themes or sectors in life that I wanted to go into because when I was young, life wasn't so great. So I found gaming as an escape. And, you know, I've got a wild imagination. I've got a pretty like crazy one. So when you find something you like and you want to get invested in, you know, you want to add to it, you want to contribute, you want to innovate it, and that for me was gaming. So when I got my life together, I pursued it, and as of a year ago, I became a graduate at Leeds Beck University in game design. So yeah, so now I'm pursuing that career, and it's really cool because, you know, that was actually my lifetime goal. My childhood goal was to become a game designer. It wasn't just me talking anymore. It was actually, now I'm actually doing it. I'm putting it into practice, you know. Going over all my old ideas, going, oh my god, I can't believe I thought like that, or oh my goodness, what a gold mine, you know, what a gem. Young me was a genius. And then going, all right, getting the friends together, be like, guys, this idea, and they were like, and then like one of my friends who's known me since high school will be like, you spoke about this a lot when we were young. I'm like, oh my god, you remember? You know, and then, you know, getting everyone involved and going, all right, let's try and iron out a prototype and see what happens. You know, so that's me. That's how I got into gaming. It's just been something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time, and I decided to pursue it. A lot of people like to pursue other things, you know, get side distracted and stuff. I was like, nah, I'm going straight for the goal, man. I'm going for what I want and what makes me happy, because for me, that's just what clicks. It's just what clicks. So yeah.
Well, a lot of people have dreams to make what they love into their passion, you know, especially when they're young. They so much imagination. They can bring pretty much anything to life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we live in a world where the older people will put you down if you tell them about your ideas.
Oh God, tell me about it. Like,
tell me about yours, you know, because it can't be easy. A lot, as I said, a lot of people see these videos and say, "Oh, okay, so how did you come out of that?" Because my family are rejecting the fact that I want to be a gamer or I want to build something around the game. So tell me about this.
Absolutely.
Tell me about I feel like there's a good story to come.
When I introduce myself to people, usually all the time, going, "Oh, I'm a game developer. I put Pac-Man on the screen." Most people like, you know, oh, yeah, every mother's dream. You know, Karen's child's a lawyer. Like Susan's child's a freaking doctor. Here's Dean. He makes Call of Duty happen, and I'm like, oh, you know, it's a lot more than that. So yeah, I mean, and of course, game development is something that's relatively new in the industry today. So going around going, I'm a game developer, there's not a lot of like backing to that, going, oh wow, you know, what a member of society, you're like the backbone of, you know. And I'm like, you know, there's not a lot of that. So when you come out as a game developer, it's like, okay, fair enough. So, I mean, I had to deal a lot with that. I mean, a lot of my parents, like my grandparents and stuff, didn't really understand it. But, you know, but I mean, I got my mom, and she's been super supportive, and so that's great. She doesn't really understand half the time. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh, mom, I'm going to build this giant thing with all the scripts and the mechanics, and it's going to access the internet. And mom thinks, oh, hacker's going to get into your computer, and I'm like, no, whoa, hold on, no. But like, she enjoys it, because seeing me going all happy and getting all giddy about a new ambitious venture is something that she doesn't. Look, it's always good to have a healthy relationship with one's parents. I know I do because I live with my mom, and it's stability. I mean, I do at the moment. Hang on, for all those you watching, I'm not some 28-year-old who hasn't moved out yet. I moved out, but as you all know, this video has been taken during the COVID crisis, and a lot of money has just gone. So at this point in my life, it's financially beneficial to stay in one house.
Regards to gaming, it must be something, it's a growing industry. It's amazing how fast it's growing, especially in today's day.
I mean, it's such a large industry that actually it's coming up on like one of the top 3 entertainment industries at the moment. It's even bringing in more revenue than streaming outlets and film outlets, because it's just something that people can engage more. You watch a movie once and you watched it. I mean, it's very difficult to find a great film that you can watch over and over again. But a game is usually packed with so many things that you play it through once and you don't feel like you've got the full experience. So you play it through again and again and again. And so people have come to rely on games to be that constant like escape and adventure. So its industry it's come a long way. Back in the day when you said, oh, as a gamer, people were like, what does that mean? But now when you say you're a gamer, people know, you have an esports. Esports, for example, has become so big.
I've heard that you can even go watch games online. It's in today.
Look, as a game developer myself, I was raised in an environment where I only discovered gaming through the middle of my childhood. In the beginning, I was very outdoorsy, old school. The kind of things that our parents talk when I was your age. We used to play with tires. I did that kind of stuff. So I know the importance of what it is to see children only, I know the importance of what parents today are shouting out about when they say, my child spends 10 hours plus a day in front of a screen. He doesn't get out. He doesn't socialize. He doesn't do any of that. And I understand what they mean. I understand how that can be different. And to a degree, I do believe that that's a bad thing that, gaming in general creates, because children need to get out. They need to play. They need to they need to get dirty and play in the mud and stuff like that. And with new advances in technology and all that kind of stuff, it's easier and easier to just sit on the couch and just go, I am playing with my friends. They're all in my earphone and I can hear them and I can talk to them. It's like it's not the same though. You should be out running, getting energized, getting healthy and fit by being exposed to nature.
With going for something that you're so passionate with and turning it into a career, would you say this is something that you would encourage? Because you're still learning, you're still reading books about the things that you're passionate about. Like the fact that you're constantly learning, because the industry is growing, so you have to grow. You can't really just stay on the same level. So despite the fact that you finish your education, you can't really just rely on that. You have to learn everything.
Oh no, because new things are coming out all the time. Every time there's a new engine, software engine that so a software engine like Unity, what I use is a program that we use to build the games. And every year, there's a new expansion or a new update. So, and with that comes a whole bunch of new features, and then you have to kind of update yourself on what these features are and how you can use them. If my career is something that I would suggest other people investing into or getting themselves involved in, I would say 100% yes. Because here's the thing. Gaming isn't just playing games on a screen. What it represents is a digital medium that can be used for a variety of things. So if you want educational games to literally simulate and teach people how to do things, you can do that. If you have creative ideas and thoughts and come up with out-the-box ideas, you can use gaming as a medium to express that. The wonderful thing about gaming, I don't know who said this, but it's stuck with me ever since, is that gaming is, in essence, the most advanced art medium that currently exists because you can interact with it. imagine if oh man, Leonardo da Vinci could paint the Mona Lisa and then have a scripted conversation with her, or she could have a scripted conversation with anyone who looked at the painting. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Gaming isn't just, it's not just art that can be hung up on a wall somewhere. It's something that can be interacted with, and with that just becomes a plethora of opportunities that you can explore. So yeah, and I definitely think gaming is going to be, look, yeah, I definitely think that sounds really, it sounds kind of like childish. Like, I think gaming is definitely going to be the future, man. But what's going to be the future is the opportunities that game development and the technology that is developing interactive digital worlds will be able to provide for future generations. So yeah, if you think that gaming might be something that you are interested in as like on a development side, don't even second guess it. Just explore it as an option, because you never know. It could be the perfect outlet for your idea.
Now, I have an exciting thing from you. So you are creating your own game at the moment, right?
I am.
Yes. Tell us about this.
Okay, so I'm pretty proud of it, because it's a game. So when it comes to me building games, I've always tried to build something that I've always felt should exist, but for some reason has not. Like, the technology exists, and there are some games that are like it, but they don't fully explore the opportunity they have at them when they came up with ideas. So my game idea is, well, it's called Star Song, and it's a working title because I haven't come up with something really original. But Star Song kind of sounds arty and like out there and very indie, you know. Well, for one, it actually will get people outdoors. It has a geolocation element built into it, so it does require leaving one's house in order to progress. But then it's got deeper mechanics involved, so that you don't have. It's not the only part of the game, but it is definitely half the game. So you know, it gets people out. It's a management sim, so it gets people thinking about efficiency and stuff. Because I am myself a massive fan of strategy simulation games, so naturally that's going to reflect in all my work.
I've always loved Treasure Hunt. It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Well, Dean, thank you so much for this interview. It's been an amazing conversation, and I'm really looking forward to your game. So do you have a release date now, or?
I do not know. Our game is really, really early. I mean, it's taking shape, but I'm not. One of the pitfalls I've noticed a lot of game companies do is they go, here's a release date, and then the whole world loses their minds because they're thinking, oh, here it comes. And then as the release date comes, the company's like, oh my God, it's actually not ready at all. So what I've done is I'm not announcing my release date until at least a month after we are certain we're ready to release. And even then, I'm not even going to say anything. I don't have a Twitter account. I don't have a Facebook account. A lot of people have told me you need to start one up if you're starting a company. I'm like, no, because that creates hype. And then people get an overly exaggerated expectation for what you're about to deliver. And then it comes on and everyone's like,
I still believe
rubbish.
It's amazing, and I know about it. So I'm looking forward
to that. You've seen an early version of it, so.
Well, thank you so much for today.
No worries.
Absolutely been amazing. And you're such an inspirational for like anyone who wants to pursue their dreams. So thank you for being with me today.
I mean, honestly, I'm just a guy who was given an opportunity, and I took it. And believe it or not, opportunities do come along quite more than you think they do. Just that we're not. I think society has just forgotten how to see them. So I was lucky enough to notice mine and go. Yeah.
We don't take enough leaps of faith.
There we go. We don't take enough leaps of faith. That's actually very good. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it. It's scary, but you know, if you got to risk it for the biscuit. So
yes, definitely risk it for the biscuit. Well, thank you so much. I'll see you later.
Awesome stuff.
Thank you, guys. You heard it here. Risk it for the biscuit. All right. Bye, Dean.
Cheers.
Bye.